and welcome to Coach Oyugi. In this video, I want to share with you 3 reasons why many people don't succeed in relationships. Why your relationships will not do well. Well, before you get started into that video, please subscribe to this channel. If you've never subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to this channel. Leave for us a like, comment on one of our videos, and share this video plus all the other or some of the other videos that we have on this channel with your friends, with your family, and with your followers. We make these videos to help you have tools and truths that can shape your life to facilitate you flourishing, being fulfilled, and fruitful in whatever ventures you are taking with your life. We want you to be successful in life and to be productive in your leadership as you check through the material that we share here with you. Well, let's get started on this material for today. What is it that makes people not to succeed in relationships? I will give you 3 things. If you avoid these 3 things, you will succeed in life, but you also succeed specifically in your relationships. Number 1, pride. Most people fail in their relationships because they are proud. Pride competes. Pride complains. Pride compares. Pride criticizes unnecessarily. Pride copy-pastes. When a person is proud, they cannot take correction. When a person is proud, they can't learn. When a person is proud, they won't be available when they are supposed to be available. They won't release affection when they're supposed to release affection. They won't give attention where they're supposed to give attention. I have found out that majority of people that lack favor, that are easily rejected, are rejected because of their braggadociousness. They are rejected because of their arrogance. They are rejected because they will not humble themselves. A meek and a humble person is very attractive. So if you want to fail in your relationships, project an arrogant demeanor. Project an arrogant, a rebellious, a braggadocious attitude. People will repel you. People will resist you. People will reject you. If you are struggling right now with rejection at your workplace, chances are because of your low self-esteem and because of your own insecurity, your ego or your pride now competes with all the other people around you. When you walk into a room, you are sizing up everybody. You want to show them that you are something. You do not have to prove anything to anyone. If you are humble, you'll be accepted. If you are humble, you can be corrected. People want people they can participate in their lives. People want to be close to anyone that they can give a feedback. Someone who can take correction. Someone who can be guided, who can be supported, who can be helped. Not someone who is independent and does not need other people, or someone who is totally dependent and has no apology for it, or does not make any effort to be able to be interdependent. If you're going to make a successful relationship, pride must be something you keep away from yourself. Number 2, bitterness. Most people who fail in relationships are bitter. Now, this could be because they have had a bad experience previously with somebody else. Maybe you are in a relationship with someone and they hurt you, or maybe a relationship between you and your spouse didn't work, or a relationship between you and your siblings, or a relationship between you and your boss did not work. Just because one person offended you or you had a bad experience with someone else does not mean that is always going to be the norm. And I know of so many people who are blocked quality relationships or relationships that would have really helped them just because they had a bad experience with someone else. Now, you will see this in this way. You will see it in their hatred for meaningful engagements or conversations with other people. These kind of people that are bitter are easily offended. They easily take offense. Something small, they will blow it out of proportion. You will see These kind of people are struggling with not hating you. Any small thing, they will, jump into anger and tempers will flare, and they are vengeful. They want to be able to punish you. If you find yourself struggling with unforgiveness, if you find yourself struggling to not avenge yourself, or struggling to be merciful or gracious, if you're struggling to be empathetic, if you are bitter, then you need to take a back step and sort that matter out. Bitterness is a stopper for relationships. Nobody wants to relate with someone who is always, comparing them with their ex, or comparing them with their last boss, or comparing them with the bad experiences they have had in the hands of another person. And so if you want to have quality relationship with other people, you will have to learn to tolerate, or to be tolerant. You'll have to learn to give people the benefit of doubt. You'll have to learn to avoid hatred, or not to be hateful. You must avoid being vengeful. You must become more empathetic. You must become more kind. You must become more loving, more compassionate. You must become more forgiving, because these are the ingredients that make for a quality relationship. So are you struggling because you've had a past experience that was not good? Then maybe you need to let go. Not everyone is your ex. Not everyone is your last boss. Not everyone is going to treat you in the same way somebody else who abused you treated you. Now, I know that you have had trauma, and I know that those experiences mentally leave you, sensitive and disturbed emotionally. But you need to have faith that not everybody is like the last conversation or the last engagement that you had with someone who abused you or hurt you, or who was insensitive to you, or who took you for granted, or who manipulated you. You need to be able to know that not everybody else will do the same thing the other people did. So if you can take away bitterness from your life, you probably will have a great relationship. Number 3, if you want to have quality relationship with other people, you must be bold. So kick fear out. Remove fear. Fear is a thief. So many people have not had the kind of relationship they should have had just because they are afraid. Afraid to make the first move, okay? Afraid to engage. Afraid they are going to be hurt. Afraid because of some experiences they've had. Afraid that they are not enough, or people will not take them serious, or they will be rejected. Afraid that they're not able to measure up. You are unique. You are enough. You are special. You are precious. You are loved, and you are honored. And you need to quit thinking that you are less when you come into a relationship. When you come into a space, you need to quit thinking that it will not work. You need to quit thinking that it cannot succeed, because it will succeed if you give it a go. Only those who are willing to take risk at a relationship can truly build relationships. And so I've seen people who fail simply because they never took the step to actually even make the engagement in the first place. Okay? So you see a guy who sees a girl that they really like, and for years, they never even make an attempt to ask for that girl's hand in a relationship. You are closer to someone, they become very close to you, like your BFF, but you never really ask them out. And then someone comes from nowhere and with boldness just says to the girl, "Can I marry you?" And the girl says yes. And then you are left there wondering, what happened? And you take all this bitterness and you say, "Oh, but I've been here all this while." You never asked. Today I want you to be bold. I want to be courageous. I want to be brave. Those that will have the lion's share must have the lion's heart. If you are going to make it big in your relationship at your company, or with your colleagues, or with your boss, or with clients, you have to take a bold step towards building relationships. Be intentional, be bold, take the first move, take a risk. Sometimes you're not even sure how it's going to turn out. But I'd rather that you took the step into building a relationship than to have ignored it at all and it never worked out for you in the first place. So if you want to make it big in relationships, just a recap. Number 1, kick pride out. People are attracted to those that are humble. Be humble, be meek, be gentle. A gentle and a quiet spirit is very valuable. Valuable to God, but also valuable to people. Number 2 is remove bitterness from your life. Remove an unforgiving spirit. Remove, an evil, wicked spirit that won't let you forgive other people, or is vengeful and hateful and angry. And, just remove that from your heart and have a spirit that is more merciful and more compassionate and more empathetic and more forgiving. If you are not bitter and you're not offended and you're not vengeful and you're not hateful, most likely people will be moved and drawn to you. And lastly, be bold. Take fear out of your life. Then you can be successful in whatever relationship that you are building. Well, thank you so much for joining me on this video. I'm looking forward to see you in the next one. God bless you.